Hey everybody, Drew here, Director of Student Ministries at Cobb Prairie Community Church in Lenexa, Kansas. I hope you guys have all had a wonderful week. I hope you've enjoyed your first week of December. I hope it's been a good one. It has been for me. But let's go ahead and jump in. This week we're going through our week 2 of our series called Merry Christmas to Me. So quick question for you. Have you ever opened a gift you didn't like? Not just on top of didn't like it though, but a gift you didn't like and had to pretend like you did because the other person who gifted it to you was in the room? I certainly have. Let me be honest. My grandparents are the absolute worst gift givers. There's just so much stuff that they give you. You're like, cool, this is great. But you just have to keep that smile on your face and pretend like it is actually great because that's just how it is. Because you love your grandparents. Now, I want to be real. I could not tell you a single gift they've gotten me. But I think that's how it is. When there's something that you don't enjoy, you just don't remember it. But let me tell you this. I'm sure you can think back. And you can think about that perfect gift you've ever gotten. Your favorite gift on top of your head. I'm sure right now it comes to your mind. You picture it without doubt, without a failure like that. Yeah, that's it. That's my gift. That's the one that I was so thankful for. And you can remember that one, no problem. Like for me, when I think about it, I don't remember yours, but it was a while back. It was Christmas time. Tony Gonzalez had just left the Kansas City Chiefs and went to the Atlanta Falcons. At that point, I was a huge Atlanta Falcons fan. I loved them. They were great. I thought they were better than the Chiefs. I still think they're better than the Chiefs. Don't hate me for that one, but it's how I feel. But when Tony Gonzalez left, I was a huge fan of him as a player, and when he went to Atlanta, I was so excited. So that year, for Christmas, I asked my grandparents if they would get me a Tony Gonzalez Atlanta Falcons jersey. Now think about that. Your grandparents, huge Chiefs fans, so that had to be hard for them. But I will never forget waking up that Christmas morning, opening that gift, and there it was, my Tony Gonzalez Atlanta Falcons jersey. In fact, I still have that jersey to this day. And let me tell you, I really wanted to brag about it. After I got it, I had to tell all my friends about it. I had to tell anyone I could find about this gift that I had gotten because I was so excited about it. And I wanted to share that excitement with others. So, last week, we talked about how Mary and Joseph, through this whole new beginning of the Christmas season, they found that discomfort. They found this, they were accepted to the fact that they were uncomfortable. They accepted being uncomfortable because they knew it was for the right reasons. They knew this baby that was going to be born was named Jesus. Well, this week, we're going to talk about a few guys who got this amazing gift to brag about. Guys that, honestly, we don't even know their names. But they got to brag because they got to see Jesus on the very first Christmas, the day he was born. In Luke 2, 18 through 16, it talks about these shepherds. These shepherds just minding their own business, doing their job, hanging out with their sheep and each other. And out of nowhere, an angel comes. And he tells the shepherds, hey, first off he says, don't be afraid because, they're absolutely terrified because this angel has come out of complete nowhere. But he came to tell them and said, hey, the Savior is born. And on top of that, after they say the Savior is born, more angels appear and they start to sing. Now, let's be honest, that would be absolutely terrifying. Not only just one angel coming, but a bunch of them coming and start singing. But with them being told they were not to be afraid, they decided to do something about it. They went to visit and figure out what's going on. And here's a few things about shepherds. First off, they were very average people. Weren't anything special, weren't anything, they weren't bad, they weren't good. It wasn't like a highly paid profession. It wasn't a lowly paid profession. It was good. In fact, another thing about these shepherds is that night they were working late. They were out in the night with their sheep, herding them, working later than they probably normally did, but it was late at night. One other thing, they weren't highly educated. They definitely weren't rich. They weren't influential or important. They were ordinary people, like you and I are ordinary people. Now, as I said before, the shepherds were scared. They were afraid of what was going on. So what they had to do was overcome their fear, and they did, to go check out what was happening. Now, you would think these guys who we don't even know their names, these angels have come to them, they've gone, they've met Jesus. You think that would be the end of the story. I mean, in all honesty, that angel's come to me, I met a baby, cool, it's really exciting. To me, it doesn't sound super exciting, but also wasn't there. Also wasn't part of a religion that was waiting for a savior to come for a long time, and he had finally come. So as I said, the shepherd's story didn't end there. It kept going. Because after these shepherds left where Jesus was, they went into the towns and the cities and the villages, and they started to tell the story of Jesus. They kept saying, the Savior is born, the Savior is born. They spread this message and this story so far that it was so cool and so important. It would have been like, them using the hashtag baby Jesus, and it going trending. That's how far they did it, and how many people heard from those shepherds that the Savior was born. I got a question for you, though. What would have happened if instead of the shepherds going and telling their story, they had just gone home? They hadn't gone and told anybody that the Savior was born. They kept it to themselves. What would have happened? I can't say this for sure. I don't know. But I do think the spread and word of Jesus would not have gone as far, because the people wouldn't have been waiting, seeking, and searching for the Savior that was born that day. They wouldn't have known the Savior had been born that day. So as you can see, we can think about these gifts, our perfect gifts, and our worst gifts we've ever gotten. But in all honesty, these shepherds gave one of the greatest gifts we could ever have. That first Christmas, these shepherds shared their story. The fact that our Savior was born. And that's just an amazing thing. I hope you guys all have a wonderful Christmas. And as you go into this season, you remember the story of Christ is a gift we've been given. And a gift that you can give. And I truly hope you do that. I hope you guys have a blessed week. And I hope to see you at some of our events coming up this week or this weekend. God bless.